Alrighty guys, so last Friday Deadpool and Wolverine released to the theaters. This is going to be the non-spoiler review. The spoiler review will be dropping next Friday. So by that point, everybody should have seen the movie. And I will say that this happens to be one of the biggest Marvel movies to be released since Spider-Man No Way Home. And not only that, one of the biggest rated R movies to be released to date. Worldwide, it has over $450 million and domestically $206 million, which is really great. Now, Deadpool and Wolverine is everything that you would expect this movie to be. This is a buddy film. This is a last hurrah for the Fox universe. And this movie is just, without getting into any like spoilers, this movie is phenomenal. But there is some issues with the plot. The plot is very weak. The humor compared to the previous two, which, by the way, I was never a fan of Deadpool 1 and Deadpool 2. The humor was the jokes were just way too much compared to what Deadpool was in the comics. Now, while, yes, there was a lot of jokes that were very adultish in the comics, it wasn't as bad as it is in the films. And I just kind of had, that was the kind of the smallest issue with it. But with this film, the jokes, it is about tripled. There is so much, there's so many jokes that just land good, and then jokes that don't land at all. And obviously, compared with the Merc of a Mouth with a straight male lead being Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, it just fits very well. The characters in this movie work really well. I was very surprised about Paradox and the twin evil sister to Charles Xavier. She was actually kind of freaky compared to what she, I don't know anything about Cassandra Nova, so going into this film and seeing how terrifying she was, oh my gosh. Oh geez. But this movie is everything that you would probably expect it to be. Now I will mention this one thing. If you do expect Deadpool and Wolverine to be in the MCU, I'm just going to say squash that immediately, because at the end of the movie, they're not there at all. That is the one spoiler I will drop in this non-spoilery review. Now, would I recommend you guys watch, any parents possibly watching this, would you send your kids to it? Absolutely not. This is not a kids movie at all. I highly disagree with this. I've told several people from my church already, don't take your kids to go watch this movie. This is a movie that is meant for the people who grew up in the Fox era of Marvel films. This is a love letter to those films, just like the Spider-Man No Way Home movie was for Spider-Man fans. So with that being said, guys, that is my non-spoiler review. Stay tuned to next Friday. Oh no, this coming Friday, where we're going to